Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Holistic Wellbeing to Unleash Your Innate Potential show at Women Lines. Yes, friends, it's all about how you can be the best version of yourself, and we are getting influencers who are sharing their amazing knowledge with you, which can help you to become the best version of yourself. In this show, we are having educationist, fundraiser, Rex Mission leader, founder at Karmic Therapy by Itu, life coach, co-founder Rex Ideas of Actions, energy healer, Ituvik Chopra from India. Welcome Itu to the show.
Thank you, Charu. Always wonderful to catch up with you and be with you. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity to share knowledge, share whatever little work that I do, because I believe that sharing is the real way to actually expand your knowledge and use the energy. Like we talk about, the energy is to be shared. It cannot be stored. It cannot be contained. It has to flow.
So true. It is always said that knowledge is power. But at Women Lines, I always say that applied knowledge and shared knowledge is powerful. So we have to share whatever knowledge we are having with everybody to make it more powerful. So yes, friends, today we are going to learn about yoga, secrets of yoga, how yoga can help you to become the best version of yourselves. So yes, we are looking forward to know insights about yoga. Please share.
Thank you so much once again, Charu. And I will not say that I'm a yoga expert, or I'm not saying that I am a yoga teacher. But yes, whatever knowledge I have and whatever my knowledge of yoga to help the energy, to tap the inner energy, to tap the physical and the mental energy to bring effects in the body is what I use. And I practice it myself, which means that every single day, my staple diet is yoga, along with the fitness program or along with the fitness work that I do, because I believe that body temple needs to be taken care of. Like we take care of the mind, body also needs to be taken care of, because
Yeah.
mind governs body and body governs the mind both ways. So it's a very symbiotic relationship of the mind and the body, and that needs to be kept going very strong.
I love the term body temple. It just changes the concept and just changes the way you look at yourself. Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of times we are told to, women are told, are you going to spend so much of time in a gym? Are you going to spend so much of time on yourself? Are you going to do something for yourself? And I say selfishness is beautiful. Selfishness is good. Selfishness makes the world better.
Very true.
Because if you're selfish about taking care of yourself, if you're selfish about taking care of things, then you're actually helping to make the world a little better. Because if you're caring for yourself, then you're capable of caring for others.
I strongly believe in that.
Yeah. So body needs to be taken care of. And I think at this point of time, we've been talking earlier as well. And I said that COVID times has given us that every thing is within us. Our immunity is in our hands. And the only cure of COVID as of now, even while the Oxford and the Pfizer vaccines are out, but still our immunity is what it is. Our immunity plays a very major role in who we are and what we become, and how our body responds to various extraneous influences or stimulus, as we call it. And the stimuli could be bacteria, virus, air pollution, or a lot of thoughts or a lot of stress. So how do we bring that balance and align our body? So one of the ways to use the energy that is within our body is called the breath.
Okay.
The breath is energy. So the breath has a lot of energy and it is produced in the body. And how do you focus your energy on your breath? And then use that energy to focus on various parts of your body or various glands, which are energy centers in the body, or the chakras in the body, to massage, energize, recharge the body centers and the organs around the centers.
Oh, you are saying that the breath can help in massaging the internal organs. Is it?
Yes.
Yes. Never read anything regarding
breath. Help to give energy to that
organ.
A special focus to that organ.
Okay.
a special stimuli to that organ.
Okay.
Because yoga is all about holding your breath.
Very true.
Whenever we are doing the asana, supposedly we are doing dog pose, and when we are going down, you have to breathe in, and when you're coming up, you breathe out. So there is a rhythm that yoga follows.
Yeah.
And that rhythm is prana, energy,
Energy.
breath.
Correct.
So
Wonderful.
prana is energy. So yoga uses prana to focus, to align, to synergize, to get that dhyan also.
Yeah.
Alignment also. Focus. Dhyan is focus.
Focus. Beautiful.
So it uses breath.
Okay.
So as we were talking last time that, we have 7 energy centers, and all energy centers are around major glands.
Yeah.
And around those glands are major organs. And they help the body to flourish and bloom and produce the right amount of hormones, the right amount of energy, so that all the organs in the body keeps working in tickety-boo, keeps working to its optimum, to its maximum, to its best.
Very true.
And yoga can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why we have different segments for different parts of body, and then it total effect comes once we start focusing in terms of different parts of the body, is it?
Yeah. So last time we spoke about 7 colors of the chakras. This time we're talking the 7 chakras, but how you can actually do maybe just 7 asanas a day.
Okay.
To give energy to your asana, your chakras, to your energy centers. So that would amount to like a full body workout in yoga.
Okay, wonderful. So is it related to, somehow I have some understanding about the Surya Namaskar. There are certain steps for Surya Namaskar. Are you talking about those?
Yeah, Surya Namaskar has 13 steps, 13 steps. Okay. And that is also full body workout.
Okay.
So nothing like Surya Namaskar. Surya Namaskar, if one has done, you very rightly said, it is full body workout. It's full body workout. But then there are certain asanas for just the certain energy. Supposedly you want to work on your thyroid.
Correct.
On your throat
chakra.
There are asanas for that.
So can you share more insights about various asanas which you are saying? The 7 asanas a day will make your full body workout. We'd love to know more about it. Yeah.
So you know the trick in yoga is how much can you hold the asana. Okay. So when you begin, for beginners, you can hold it for 20 seconds, 20 seconds. And if you keep practicing every day, you will start seeing that, holding an asana for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes is a child's play. Because your body is getting so attuned to the energy that you are creating. Right. But yes, like everything else in life, you need practice.
Very true.
You need consistent diligence. And you need consistent persistence.
That's the key.
To get results. So nowhere I'm saying that this and jadoo ho jayega. Nahi hoga.
No.
The magic can happen, but it's a process.
It's time taking. It requires dedication. It requires regular, consistent application. So yes, looking forward to know more about it.
Absolutely. So we'll start from the crown chakra. The crown chakra is in the center of our head. Right. The colors, last time I had spoken about the colors that resonate with it are purple and white. Mm-hmm. And the crown chakra is actually, in the psychological way, mm-hmm. is a place to know. Just to know who you are. Mm-hmm. Who am I? Right. What is my purpose in life? Mm-hmm. What am I doing? What's my calling? Do I know all of that? And to get focus on that. Mm-hmm. And it's also a chakra, the center, which actually helps with your spiritual well-being.
Okay.
Spiritual well-being. So how do you bring more focus, or focus to your own self? Mm-hmm. So the asanas that can be done are they're all related to your head. So the major focus is here on your head.
Meditation.
So the asanas that can. Pardon?
Meditation comes under this category.
Absolutely, meditation comes under this. How much can you focus and sit and be with yourself?
Okay,
And yoga is all about being with yourself
beautiful.
and being in your energy and being in your power and being in your inwards. Yoga is all about that. The minute, even while doing any asana, the minute your focus goes here and there, your thought goes in here and there, sometimes you can just break out of the asana, because that's the power, but it takes time to do it.
Practice.
um the, yeah, so the simplest of asana that you can do for crown chakra is Padmasana.
Okay. So just want to have,
Padmasana is sitting top,
yeah, Itu will be
the
sharing.
lotus pose.
Yeah, you have shared a picture with us with all the asanas. We'll be sharing in the content section. So do have a look, friends, and you will be having a better understanding about the pose and type of asana it is talking about.
Yeah. So the pictures that I shared with you of the asanas and the chakras, with the chakras and
yes.
thirds. So Padmasana is when you're sitting in lotus pose.
Okay.
You're sitting in normal lotus pose. It's the asana which is the children sit very easily. That's the Padmasana. So sitting down in Padmasana is
For crown
affecting your crown chakra. But for advanced would be Shishasana.
Okay.
That means when you're doing a headstand.
That's something, a big challenge.
So, it comes with practice.
Okay.
It very easily comes with practice. So Shishasana, again, your head is down.
Okay.
Your whole body is upward.
Yes.
So Shishasana also, your focus is all here.
Yeah.
The energy is all here. And it's helping you to, focus and bring energy into your. So very, very sometimes great asana to get all the energy in your body charged up. Helps with migraines, helps with headaches, helps with focus. It is anti-aging.
Oh, that's a secret for you.
Imagine body is in inversion. Very good it's a very great exercise for anti-aging.
Okay.
And while you're doing that, if you can close and open your eyes, it's also your face yoga. It's also helping your face, because your face is flushed with the blood, because your body is inverted. So your heart is pumping the blood in the inversion. So the whole blood is coming here. So it's like giving your face a massage, or it's giving your face quick antioxidants.
Very true. Natural.
Something like that. So, yeah. So it's a great asana for anti-aging. It's a great asana for getting focus. It's a great asana when you're feeling depressed. It's a great asana when you're feeling that you don't have clarity.
Okay. So
there are times when I'm sad and depressed, and if I invert my body for even 1 minute, it helps. Yeah. Both the asana, even the Padmasana, you're just sitting in Padmasana, the lotus pose, with your legs folded, and your legs are on if supposing these are my legs, so my hands go like that. So, and I'm just focusing on my breath, in and out here. That's all. In and out, in and out. That's all. It gets me instant calm.
Wonderful. The first yoga we have Padmasana and Shishasana. Now we come to the next one, the second one.
So next we go to the third eye.
Okay.
Third eye is this is a place of, we call it perceiving. This is where you perceive. Third eye is your eye of knowing, inner knowing, pineal gland. Yeah. So it's between the brows. So the very, very beautiful asana very easy asana for this, which everyone can do. And you can do it in your bed, sitting down in your bed as well, is called the Balasana.
I never heard also.
Your legs are folded.
Okay.
Your legs are folded, and you just put your head down on the floor. Your head is touching the floor. Children sit in that asana a lot. That's why it's called Balasana.
Okay, wonderful.
Great again for getting you clarity and peace.
Okay.
If you're very stressed, if you're very feeling uneasy, get down into Balasana on your bed.
Got it. Wonderful.
It's great asana for getting you sleep, for insomnia as well. So if you can do it for 5 minutes before you sleep, it will get you sleep. Again, anti-aging as well, because again your body is inverted. Great for your spine because it's elongating your spine.
Okay.
That's why you see children are so flexible. They can sit like that.
Like any.
So it elongates your spine. Great for your digestion as well. But the focus is majorly here, but it has secondary help also.
Benefits also.
Yeah. Great for your digestion as well.
Okay. So
coming to the third, is your throat chakra. This is a very, very important asana for women. Center for women. A lot of people get thyroid. Thyroid can be cured with food and yoga.
Okay.
Because it is a lifestyle problem. It has got nothing to do with nothing. It's about, and if women who are taking thyroid medicine, if they start having a regimented food habit, start having naturally blue color food,
okay,
and doing some yoga asanas very, very diligently, they can actually reverse their thyroid. That's a promise. I have done it.
What's the name of the yoga?
The asanas are, one is called the Hala Asana.
Hala Asana. Okay.
Again, you're lying straight on your body and you're again inverting the whole body backwards. Okay. And your feet are touching behind your head. So the focus is here. The focus is on spine. It elongates your spine. None of these asanas are easy, but they can be
done with practice.
Learned with practice. It's not difficult. But I'm also putting a disclaimer here. Please don't start doing it and injure yourself. Get yourself a trainer. Do some video research. Yes. Slowly do it. Yeah.
Especially if they're having the back issues and if they're having certain problems.
Yeah. So don't push yourself.
Very true.
The other asana is Sarvangasana. Again, you're lying flat on the back and you're again pulling your body upwards. Your full body is upwards.
This is also for the throat chakra.
It's because you're taking energy from here and you're also putting pressure here.
Okay.
When you do these asanas, the pictures that I've shared.
Okay.
And if you go on my Instagram handle, my Facebook page, by my name, these are all asanas I have done and they are there.
Wonderful.
So Sarvangasana, as it says the name, Sarvang literally translate to Sarvang, meaning all body parts.
All body parts.
It helps the full body, but it majorly helps your throat chakra. It majorly helps your thyroid. People who have cervical will also benefit greatly.
Wonderful.
But do it under supervision.
So now we come to the
another asana for this one, easier one, is Matyasena. It's called the fish pose.
Fish pose.
You're again lying on your stomach, on your back. You just, you pull up your body, upper body, and make a gap. And your body below your hips is lying flat. And your hands are under it. It's called the fish pose. Again, great asana, and your head is elongated at the back. So great asana for double chin.
Okay.
You can cure your double chin.
So we are having anti-aging tips also and how you can reduce.
Absolutely great for your neck. Elongate your neck. Great for your thyroid. Again, your focus is here.
Got it.
Right? Yeah. The fourth asana is we are talking about,
the fourth chakra.
So this was your throat chakra. This also deals with speak. This is speech asana. This is about your speech, to speak, to honor your thoughts, words, honor yourself.
Correct.
Communicate helps with all of that. So that is it. Next, we're coming to the heart chakra, which is here between the thorax, between the breast bones.
Right.
Okay. So this chakra is all about love. Yeah. So the lungs, the heart come under this.
Yeah.
The glands come under the heart, and so the asana here is Usht asana. It's called the Usht asana, which translates to camel pose.
Okay.
So you're sitting with your legs inverted and you take your body backwards. Okay. So your chest opens like this because you're pulling your hands backwards and your chest open. So when your chest open, you take in more oxygen.
Yeah.
You breathe in and you breathe out. So your chest opens.
Opens up.
So that's very good for your
Of the heart chakra.
anyone who's feeling breathless,
Anxiety.
anyone
problem.
who feels anxiety,
Yeah.
people with asthma.
They all benefit from this.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Another very good pose is cobra pose.
Oh yes.
So you're lying down on your stomach and you're inverting yourself.
Very true.
So again, you're pulling in more air. So your thorax is being and expanding. Yeah. Right? We're moving down because we have less time. We're moving down. We have the solar plexus, which is this cavity between the rib cage.
Okay.
Okay.
So here comes our fifth.
This is the seat of your
Okay.
Yes, sorry.
The number is the fifth chakra.
Yeah.
Sure.
So this is the seat of your intestine, colon, digestion. Food first reaches here and then moves into the stomach.
Yeah.
So this is a very, very important asana. This is also a seat of your clarity, confidence, self-esteem. A very, very important asana, and we call it, this is an asana or the center which also focuses on how you act.
Okay.
What do you speak? What do you think? What do you do? But how do you act? That's why I said self-esteem and confidence. So how do you act on yourself? So the asana here is a Veerbhadra asana. So now Veerbhadra asana is, if you translate it into English, means the warrior pose. One leg forward, and you will feel that all the energy comes from here. As the asana's name, it's the warrior pose. So how do you act? Do you come from a place of
confidence and with the warrior
confidence? And how do you do it? And the focus is here.
Got it.
The focus is here. You're taking energy from here.
Got it.
Another asana is the Nauka asana. So what we are doing is we are sitting on our glutes, we are sitting on our bum, and our hands and our legs are coming together. So we try and move forward. It's very tough. It isn't easy, but the focus is all.
Yeah.
The focus is all here.
Okay.
So anyone having digestion problem, flatulence problem, acidity problem, this is the asana. Again, this also will help you to have great glowing skin, because if your stomach is clean, if your digestion is good, you'll have glow on your face. And yeah. Another asana here is the Tadasana. Very easy again. Easy one also. I'm saying Tadasana. Tadasana, if you translate the word Tadasana, means tree. Okay. The tree pose. So what are you doing? You're standing straight. You come on your toes and you pull your body upwards. Completely. Like a tree. So keep pulling it upwards. But you're on your toes. Simple pose. All the energy comes from here. And you can feel it that this part is being stretched to get energy. Very easy to do. So anyone can do Tadasana because that's easier one. That's why I'm trying to tell one easy, one difficult, but that's how it is. We're coming down to 2 fingers below the navel. Okay. That's your sacral chakra, which is a chakra which feels everything. The body parts that come under this, the glands that come under this are uterus, prostate, ovaries, kidney, liver. Okay. All these parts. So as I'm telling you the organs, these organs get massaged when we do these asanas. So back also, lower back problem. Back. That also it helps. So the asana again is very easy to do is the Kapotasana, the pigeon pose. Okay. Or the Konasana. It's again you sitting with your feet together. You're just sitting with your feet together and your legs are stretched out. So all the energy is focused here. Got it. Another asana is the butterfly pose. You're again sitting here and you move your legs like that. Yeah. Very, very good for women.
Very true.
Very good. It massages your organs, uterus, women organs. So very, very good for that.
Wonderful.
Very easy to do. You're just sitting like this. You just sit like this because, and you should try and pull your knees down.
Okay.
You will, when you sit down and practice it, you will see your knees will come up because they're not used to. So keep pushing your knees with your hands, and there will come a day when your knees are touching the ground. That's when the energy starts to flow better.
Okay.
And the last asana is for the root chakra, 4 fingers below the navel.
Okay.
Now the root chakra is related to the energy to have, because it is related to all our materialistic physical gains, right? So that's why also the root chakra, that's why it's based on our it helps our legs, feet,
for more
large intestine.
We should feel more grounded after doing that.
Absolutely. So the very beautiful asana is called the Malasana.
Malasana. Okay.
The way we sit in the Indian toilets.
Quat pose.
Yeah.
The way
it's called the Malasana.
Malasana. Got it.
Yeah. Squatting absolutely down.
Down, absolutely.
And sit in that pose. And mind you, it's not easy. Because we, the modern human being, is not used to, even we Indians are not used to it anymore.
It's all, things are changing now. We are not having this.
Absolutely. So Malasana is very, very good, very, very good asana for your inner thighs if you're wanting to reduce your inner thighs. Okay. If you're wanting to work on having Kim Kardashian butts.
Okay.
If you're wanting to have toned butt.
Okay.
If you want, it works on your lower body.
Got it.
All our major lower organs.
Any other
which are for excretion, for your vagina. It really, really helps that for women. It really helps that. And another asana is the Setu Bandhasana. It's called the bridge pose. Setu means bridge. Bandh asana. How do you create a bridge of your body? So you are lying flat on your stomach, but you pull up your body and your feet are on the floor and your shoulders are on the floor. That's all. Your whole body is up.
Bridge, like bridge.
Again, the whole pull is on your root chakra. The energy you're getting is over there. So great asana for your backache. Great asana for your lower backache. I guarantee those people who have lower backache problem, it will go. Great for your lower abs. Great for reducing belly fat.
Okay.
Great for getting good digestion, excretion, if you have any other problems like that. Great for that.
Amazing.
So these are the 7 chakras. And of course, if anyone can do the Surya Namaskar, the sun salutation, as we call it, nothing like it.
Wonderful. Definitely Surya Namaskar is there. But I think the asanas which you have mentioned, it is specifically focusing on the chakras. And the science, the way you have shared about the science behind it, and how it is affecting the glands attached to the part, to that chakra. I think the effect is definitely going to be more helpful if it is done every day regularly. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So
beautiful share.
Yeah. So everything that I'm talking, it's helping your mind and your body, both.
Absolutely.
And sometimes vanity as well.
And everybody requires it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful. It's always so much to learn from you, Ritu. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us. And I'm sure this episode is going to help people like something and start gearing up to apply these asanas every day in your life, friends. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And see you in the next episode next month.
Thank you. And I think we shared the pictures. So those pictures will help with what we're talking.
Definitely. Do check out the pictures. Take a note of the name of the asanas and take somebody's guidance who is an expert in this field. And then do these asanas every day, friends. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Charu.
Take care.